Hello, this is James Johnson, aka Sulfurblade, and I am here with Star Trek Online. I am here because, well, when I logged into Steam today, I saw a new game being advertised, or at least I thought it was a new game. And it said Star Trek Discovery Mirror Universe or Mirror of the Universe or some advertisement like that. And basically what it turned out to be is some sort of, I don't know, expansion or thereabouts to Star Trek Online, which immediately caused great consternation on my part, in that I don't know why a game that, well, has come a long way and has become, to an extent, somewhat successful, has decided to link its horse to a train that has long since derailed and is, well, there's not a lot of positive things to say about Star Trek Discovery, and that's it's pretty common. So why would Star Trek Online, which hasn't been affected by the black eye that is Star Trek Discovery, purposely go ahead and link itself to Star Trek Discovery and that black eye? So that's why I am here. I want to know what exactly it is that they've done. And I'll have to be honest here, I'm a little lost right now. I haven't played the game in some period of time, so I'm not sure how to get to what I'm looking for. But there's evidently some new Star Trek Discovery content, and I suppose I have to figure out how to get to that point of the game. Alright, we've got lots of buttons here. You got duty officers, task force, access to in-game mail. Oh, look at all this crap. This is ridiculous. It's just big heavens. I don't think my inbox is gonna get me anywhere anyway. Character status, transporter chain, store. Starfleet Academy. That's gonna do nothing. mission givers. There's mission givers this way. Get me. Where's this space station?
Head to DS9 as soon as you're able.
The shuttle to Saturn will leave at 0830 hours.
Greetings, how can I assist you today? Or in the future? Well, where do I start? I'm 100...
Condition Alpha. Repeat. Condition Alpha.
Captain Sulu. You don't look anything like Sulu.
Condition Alpha. Repeat. Condition Alpha.
Position officers. No, this isn't right. Let's go with some.
Condition Alpha. Repeat. Condition Alpha. The shuttle to Saturn will leave Alpha. Security teams, report to docking bay 6. Holodeck time can be reserved at the kiosk on deck 48. There is shuttles arriving at docking bay 6.
Available tab, Starfleet missions.
The counseling staff is hosting an open house at 12:30 hours. Raktajino and light refreshments will be available.
Here we go. Mirror of Discovery. Old rivalry twists and turns the course of the future. Encounter a lost ship, the planetary preserve of Pava,
There is
and learn
shuttles
about
arriving at docking bay 6.
encounter a lost ship.
I am the leader of a Vulcan research team studying the unique ecology of the planet Pavo. Starfleet has informed me that an ion storm is active in the Pavo system. Logic suggests that the storm is blocking communications. However, storms of that magnitude can have other effects, some of a deleterious nature. As a precaution, the Alliance has asked me to accompany your vessel to the Pavo system. We are to determine the status of the research team and offer assistance if necessary. I am prepared to leave at your earliest convenience.
Alright, now I gotta figure out how to leave. Oh, yeah, I don't think this is gonna go very well. This game is not like riding a bicycle. Every time I come back to this game, I fail really badly for a while, and then I remember how to play. Okay, now I think maybe I can just click transport to ship. Yeah, here we are. So I'm trying to look at this stuff here: Star Trek Online Mirror of Discovery, protect Pavo from Captain Sylvia Killy of the ISS Discovery, and 2 brand new episodes. I'm trying to look at this with some objective lens, without vomiting at the fact that they've brought STD into Star Trek Online. And so we're gonna go see what they've done firsthand. Yeah, so no, I don't want to transwarp, I just want to track it. It's primary, I should be able to warp to sector. And then from sector space, I should be able to head to the right location. Which I think the yellow arrow is pointing me at. Is there a map? Yeah, here it is. Okay, plotting course to appropriate spot. Now, anyone who plays Star Trek Online a lot, and you might be watching this episode, I haven't played in some period of time, so, you know, the game probably has progressed and gone past where I am at this point, and that's fine. Don't hold it against me. But yeah, so I'm heading to do these missions just to see what they are for the purposes of doing a review on the Star Trek Discovery missions that are now part of Star Trek Online. That's the main point of this. Okay, so I'm here now. What? Go to Pavo and assist the Vulcan research team there. You will receive. Am I not close enough? Aha. Admiral, there's no response in comms from the Pavo research station. The ion storm is causing a lot of interference. However, it's possible our hails may not be reaching them.
The storm is creating spatial disturbances throughout the system. If we analyze their patterns, we might be able to position the ship at a point where communication is possible. Initial scans are picking up clouds of ionized subspace radiation, chronometric particles. This is curious. Sensors are registering a stationary object. It is not far from our position. Unlikely. I suspect it is one of the Starfleet navigation buoys placed throughout the system. However, the ionization of subspace is warping and distorting the sensors. As a result, an accurate identification is not possible at this range.
So I don't remember what all these buttons do. I just know that I need to spam them. I assume that this is going to be the discovery we're heading towards, which, remember, is an old ship compared to my ship. The USS Tirpitz is a very modern ship compared to the Star Trek Discovery, and I should have it vastly outgunned.
As I suspected, a navigational buoy. It appears to be inactive, however.
Well, it's not the Discovery.
The navigational buoys here are configured to broadcast a message on all frequencies. It is intended to inform those who arrive here that Pavo is a protected reserve. Sensors indicate heavy hull ionization on this buoy. I believe it has been disabled by the effects of the ion storm. Navigational buoy 226 is nearby and should provide us with a means to reinforce hailing frequencies between the ship and the Pavo research station. However, I recommend caution in navigating further into the system. The ion storm is quite volatile.
You are entering the Pavo system. The planet Pavo is a protected reserve. Access is prohibited.
I have detected something of interest. Sensors show the formation of a spatial anomaly nearby. Uncertain, it appears to be providing stability to the ion storm, similar to the eye of a hurricane. I am also detecting bursts of comm signals from the anomaly. The signals are currently garbled beyond recognition, but they could be from the research station. I recommend conducting a deeper analysis, both of the anomaly and the signals.
Scan. I just need you to get close to it. There it is, the USS Discovery. Oh, sorry, the ISS Discovery. Oh shit, what's this? What's going on here? Why not clinging to attack?
She will not escape. Once her shields are down, the mark leaves the force.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. Just spamming things, and evidently this battle is lost. Relax.
No! That ship must burn! Those with the will of Kalis in their hearts! Stand with me!
4 shields failing. All integrity below 75%.
All ships, engage warp and withdraw. Let the boarding party do its work.
Recognition files identify the Klingon vessels as classes deployed during the Federation-Klingon conflict of the mid-23rd century. The Starfleet vessel is a Crossfield class, also active during that time period. Scanning. Sensors show a spike in the chronometric particles immediately preceding the arrival of these vessels. Fascinating. The Crossfield-class vessel is not transmitting a Starfleet recognition signal. Sensor analysis confirmed. It is the ISS Discovery, from the Terran Empire of the so-called Mirror Universe.
Your timely assistance is most appreciated. Speaking for myself and my loyal crew, thank you. I am Captain Sylvia Tilly, and I officially declare our intent to seek asylum.
Asylum, huh?
Clearly, this is going to take a little getting used to. I'm not entirely sure how, but judging by the sensor readings I'm seeing, and that rather impressive ship of yours, we've taken a trip to the future. I'm sure the science behind all of this is fascinating, but we have some more immediate concerns to address, namely the Klingon boarding parties running wild on my ship. Excellent. I'll have Patel, my chief of security, meet your team at the transport coordinates with the security details. I look forward to meeting you in person. Tilly out.
Okay.
Sensors indicate numerous life signs in your vicinity, reading multiple high-energy discharges as well. The data is consistent with 23rd century phaser and disruptor weapons at the highest setting. Proceed with caution. In the heat of battle, you could be seen as an enemy by anyone you encounter there.
Welcome to the ISS Discovery. Yeah, no. I'm afraid Patel has been relieved of command. Just like you're going to be relieved of those fancy 25th century weapons. Our captain is weak, and you? You're a fool. The Terran Empire tolerates neither. Some would call this a mutiny. But any captain willing to conspire with Federation trash is no captain of ours. Now hand over those weapons, or we'll pick them off your corpses. The choice...
I don't fire first.
Enemy targets on sensor.
Transmitting now. Hello. Welcome aboard the Discovery. As you can see, things have become a bit more complicated. It seems that some of my crew have decided that now is the perfect time to express their concerns with my command decisions. Yes. As if the Klingon boarding parties weren't enough to deal with. Oh, hey, let's have a mutiny too. Wonderful. Never mind that. Did Chief Patel make it to you? She was supposed to escort you through the security fields to the bridge. I see. We'll do what we can from the bridge, but I'm afraid we're a bit locked down here at the moment. According to our internal sensors, Chief Patel is in that deck security station. It's not far from your current position. She's probably trying to lock down this ridiculous mutiny there. Find Patel. She should be able to override whatever the mutineers are doing to raise those fields. Take them down and make your way to the turbo lift.
Alright, folks. Let's go save this Chief Patel. Savak, which direction should we go? Would you quit running around me like a buffoon? Seriously, guys, because you're making me a little dizzy here. That's something. Is that something? No. Wait, there's a used console. Yeah, here we go. I guess we're going this way, guys.
Huh. Sounds like our guests got a warm welcome.
Indeed. Do you have any donuts?
Look out! They're still alive!
Lieutenant Villar, is it okay if I access this security guard? Excellent.
Now that I have your attention, I have some questions. Tilly has plans, yes? She always has plans. And you're going to tell me what they are. Oh, you'll resist, of course. You're a Terran, after all. But let's be honest.
And of course, we've got a white male acting as a
Will
tyrant.
tell me what I want to know. Apparently, Tilly's new allies are still with us. If you want something done right. Weapons at highest setting. Open fire!
Enemy target on sensors. Enemy targets on sensors. Shield losing power. Enemy combatants in close proximity. Flanking damage detected. Shield losing power.
I don't remember what I'm doing.
Flanking damage detected.
Ah, shield generator. That was my big thing.
Kill them! Kill them now! Kill them or I'll kill you!
Flanking damage detected. Personal shield losing power. Enemy combatants in close proximity. Flanking damage detected. Enemy targets on sensors. Enemy targets on sensors. Personal shield losing
Excuse
power.
me, guys.
Flanking damage detected. Enemy targets on sensors. Enemy targets on sensors.
Help me! Controls, they're on the booth! Ah! Help me! Controls, they're on the booth! Ah! I'm guessing you're the one the captain sent me to meet. I'm Patel, Chief of Security. Thanks for the assist. I make it a habit to be on the outside of an agonizer booth. But I've spent my fair share of time in one, too. I'll manage. What's the situation? Is the captain still in command? I'm not surprised. It'll take more than Klingons and mutinous riffraff to end Sylvia Tilly. I'm surprised she hasn't killed them all herself. In the meantime, I have orders to get you to the bridge, and I intend to obey them. Follow me.
So the chief is a female.
Not a problem. There's no code written I can't crack. I'll have those fields down in short order. Cover me. Go, go, go!
Enemy targets on sensors.
Eat this! Almost got it!
Enemy targets on sensors.
Little help here! If you want me to finish, maybe keep them off me for more than 5 seconds.
Enemy targets on sensors.
All right, I got it. The security fields are using my authorization codes now. Clear! Let's move!
Where are we moving to?
Let's get to the bridge. The turbo lift is that way.
That way, huh? Excellent directions.
Watch your corners.
Indeed, corners should be at a 45-degree angle.
No quarter, no prisoners. Attack! Ambush!
Enemy targets on sensors.
Give me a second to get this field down.
We're reading the loss of security fields on that deck. I take it you found Chief Patel? Some good news for a change, though I'm not terribly surprised. Woman's harder to kill than a honey badger. Ready for the bad news?
Honey badger.
I'm afraid the Klingons have taken several lower decks and are moving in your direction. Keep your weapons hot. They're killing everyone they run into, and I don't think they'll make an exception for you. Stick with Patel and get up here as soon as you're able.
I hear Klingon disruptors up ahead. Be ready for anything.
Do not let that Klingon scum near this junction!
Hold your position. There's been an incident. The Klingon kind. Specifically, they've taken control of main engineering, killed my chief engineer and his security team in the process. They're threatening to breach the core if I don't surrender. That is not gonna happen. Evacuate sounds a lot like retreat to me, and that is not gonna happen either. This is my ship, and I will not abandon her. Take Patel, get down to engineering, deal with the Klingons, and make sure that core breach never happens.
Oh, yes, Your Highness.
I recommend you deal with this problem quickly. Neither of us will enjoy their solution.
Klingons probably cracked Rathman's code. Idiot.
Bad news first. Seems there's more Klingons down there than we thought. You'll have to fight your way to main engineering. Good news? They'll be shooting at the mutineers down there. Might make your job a little easier, huh?
Rathman! Come in, Rathman! We're trapped on the engineering deck! Send reinforcements, now! Great. Mutineers and Klingons. Take them all down!
Get these doors open! The Mark wants these cowards dead!
Enemy target on down.
They aren't even targeting vital systems. They're just trashing the place. Main engineering is just up ahead. Let's hustle, people!
Rathman's dead, and we will be too if you don't get that turbolift open.
Enemy combatants in close proximity.
On your lead, we'll breach. You...
We all die this day. Die well. Die with honor.
Looks like the Klingons are in a hurry. That is some sloppy work. I was solving it.
Hope you know what you're doing. That warp core looks fit to breach!
Oh, one of these damn things. Uh-oh, I didn't do it in time.
Nicely done. Cut it a little close there with the core, but since we're all still here, I'm gonna call that a win. So, since we've got a little room to breathe here, why don't you come up to the bridge?
Going up to the bridge, huh? Sounds like a marvelous idea. Hey, Clement? Savak? Tracy? Pilar? I don't trust these guys at all.
Face to face at last.
Captain, are you sure we can trust these assholes?
Language! Oh, cursing. It's such a filthy habit. You did well against the mutineers. They weren't fond of my decision to seek asylum, I'm afraid. While unpleasant, it is better than the fate we left behind. In our universe, Pavo is a cruel, deadly entity. Being sent to that system is a death sentence. And sent there we were. I suppose an enemy decided it was time for me to retire. Permanently. But enough about that. Let's get down to business, shall we? First and foremost, I have no interest in hostilities with your government. I meant what I said about asylum. I do. The mutiny was unfortunate, but what can I say? We're Terrans. Dominance is often challenged and must be maintained. The mutineers saw an opportunity, took their shot, and missed. Big time. Everyone left saw the price they paid for their failure. Believe me, the rest of the crew will fall in line. I'm fortunate you were here to deal with the problem. Apparently, my chief of security felt like spending time in an agonizer booth during most of the conflict. Honestly, Patel, if I knew you liked the booth so much, I'd keep you in one more often.
Why, you are right to say so, Captain. It won't happen again.
See to it that it doesn't. I'd hate to replace you, Chief, but I will if I have to. Next steps are to get my vessel back in working order before those Klingons come back to finish us off. Now that's not going to be easy. I'm down a chief engineer, the power grid is a shambles, we have multiple hull breaches, and we're nowhere near battle ready. Our shields are down. If the Klingons don't get us, it's only a matter of time before the ion storm does. Monitor that console while I try to get the main deflector back online. I'd order my chief science officer to do it, but she chose her loyalties poorly. Start a diagnostic on the shield emitters. I'll start to recalibrate the main deflector.
I'm an engineering officer.
Klingons! All hands! Repel boarders!
Kill everyone, but the captain is mine!
Enemy targets
Okay, the main deflector is in position. Recalibrate it now. Ugh, they're like Zethian bed roaches. Get off my ship!
Sensors are picking up numerous Klingon vessels decloaking. Combat is imminent. I strongly recommend you return to the ship at your earliest convenience.
Captain should be on their own ship in the heat of battle. Go. We'll take it from here. Thank you. If we survive this, I look forward to repaying the favor. Now go, before it's too late.
Hopefully they get blown up.
I do not know how we came to be here in the future, and I do not care. What I do know is that we have a...
Hey, man.
Hello, D. Filming a video right now.
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
Channel switched.
There is nothing complex about it. I mean to destroy that ship, and you with it, if you get in my way. Be smart. Your ship has the technical advantage. We have the advantage of numbers. And we are Klingon. Stand with discovery that you are a fool. Fighting in a...
Discovery is altering course. They're headed toward Pavo at full impulse.
captain has left the ship. I'm in command now. Discovery is back in the fight.
Reading numerous Klingon vessels decloaked.
I wish I knew what I was doing. I used to know what all these symbols were.
Based on what the sensors recorded during the attack, it appears...
I don't like red in my ledger. You saved my ship, so I spared yours. This time. Next time I won't be so... sentimental. First and last warning. Leave the system while you're able. Did you hit your head in that fight? I think what I have to gain here is pretty obvious. Everything. Pavo's reach is infinite. After a few more demonstrations of its power, everyone in the quadrant will have no choice but to swear allegiance to me. Sane, insane, I'm the one calling the shots here. And I'm pretty sure...
I am reading an energy signature on the surface of Pavo. It matches the initial blast from the planet. Another attack could be imminent. We will not survive a direct hit. I strongly recommend we exit the system immediately.
Well, I guess the storyline is going to force me to leave the system. Kirk would not have left. Picard would not have left. A weapon of that power would have needed to have been dealt with immediately. At all costs.
Captain Tilly's betrayal, while unfortunate, was not entirely unexpected. Her use of this agonizer technology to weaponize the ecosystem of Pavo is a matter of utmost concern. I believe I can devise a means to neutralize her technology, but I will need time to conduct research. Rest assured that I will endeavor to counter Tilly's insidious actions as soon as possible. I ask that you prepare to take action at a moment's notice. The lives of untold millions, including our own, could be at stake.
I have no idea if these are good. What is on my current ship? How do I see that? Current is science Starship shield restoration. Starship shield restoration. That's Starship exotic particle generator. I don't think I want an exotic particle generator, to be honest. What do we have here? We have a regenerative crystal shield matrix. Maximum shield capacity. And 1,136 shield regeneration every 6 seconds. Distribute shield strength evenly over time. Okay, so that is more shield regeneration. Reduces pull on damage to shields by 20%. So the current one I have is part of a set, and that set does stuff. So I guess we're just picking up the one that's worth the most money to sell? Is it bound to me as soon as I pick it up? Character bind on pickup. Character bind on pickup. So either way it's going to be bound to me when I pick it up, so I might as well just get the more valuable one.
Our information about events at Pavo is incomplete, but I believe the Terrans are undertaking a large-scale operation there. They have managed to coerce the planet's consciousness into serving their violent needs. Furthermore, they've turned Pavo's transmitter into a potent weapon. Time is of the essence. While the Alliance is mobilizing a larger response, we are, in effect, the first responders. It falls to us to do what we can to stop Captain Tilly and her crew before they solidify their control of Pavo. Failing to do so could be catastrophic. Ideally, we should return the Discovery and her crew to their proper time and space. Under the circumstances, removing the Terran presence from Pavo is the more immediate, logical need.
Alright, I guess we'll do the illusion of communication.
Based on my readings, I believe the Terrans have managed to alter Pavo's song. Somehow, Tilly and her crew have manipulated it into a new type of harmonic waveform. This waveform is potent enough to realign the space around the planet, shifting it to a different quantum signature. As a result, I believe she is attempting to bring things from the mirror universe to ours. Logic suggests an invasion force, based on previous encounters with the Terran Empire. We are not the only ones interested in this behavior. The time-displaced Klingons are moving to investigate as well. Considering previous encounters, the situation could become volatile quickly.
Supposing the allies up there. Oops. Guess I can't be from Survivor's Board when I don't exist. Jaames for some kind of subspace mycelial network. Several of the survivors are wrapped in these fungal strands. Too early to tell, but indications are generally positive. Apparently the mycelial webwork is very durable. It may have protected them from the disaster they claimed to their ships.
I have the coordinates for the science station on its surface. It is logical to assume that the Terrans have taken control of the research team and their facilities. It is logical to assume that the Terrans have taken control of the research team and their facilities. Preparing for an armed response when I prove it.
Let's beam down.
The research facility has already been attacked. We must see to the welfare of the researchers, if any survived.
Your assistance is appreciated.
You're welcome.
I have recovered.
Sounds logical.
My injuries are not
We are fortunate
life-threatening.
that the Terrans did not kill everyone. They were more concerned with our research data and equipment. Our security personnel should remain with us. We will need all the help we can get against the Terran forces. While trying to communicate with the planet, we have learned that it uses crystal matrices as transmitters. We have a small collection of crystal samples. They may be useful to re-establish the planet's normal... I was able to take readings of the area. Terran technology is not subtle, especially agonizer gear. I'm reading it in several nearby locations. A meadow, a riverbank, and a narrow pass. I am also reading several Terran life signs in those areas. I do not expect a warm welcome from them. There is a canyon that exits to another glade of Pavan life a short distance to the south of here. Logically, the Terrans would seek out places where they...
Logic.
The device there, near the crystals. Disable it to interrupt the Terran's hold on Pavo. We should continue before the Terrans send reinforcements. Curious. I sense something.
Oh, you do?
They are attempting to communicate telepathically.
They are.
They are angry.
I have angry Vulcans on my hands. Set phase is done.
Kill them all!
Fascinating. The Terrans have used their agonizer technology to induce a state of hostility in the Pavan biosphere. It is lashing out, using its empathic powers to project its pain and rage into other living beings. If the Terrans are able to do this on a large scale, the planet could serve as a massive telepathic weapon. It would be able to subvert or kill anyone, anywhere.
Well,
we should disable this technology wherever we find it on
because
Pavo.
I'm not Vulcan. But that doesn't explain how it didn't affect my Vulcan officers. I have a couple of them.
An interesting question. I believe the biosphere has a stronger connection to myself and my team. It may have instinctively struck the most familiar minds first. That being said, I do not believe it will continue to exclusively attack the members of my team. Only those with the ability to harm the biosphere will be immune. Yes, now that I have experienced the psionic attack, I can take steps to shield my mind against it. The security officers, on the other hand, do not have my level of training in the mental arts.
Yes, untrained Vulcan minds are useless. Must send them away ASAP. Beat the Terrans in the mountain pass.
It seems that in addition to using their agonizer technology on the planet itself, the Terrans are blocking access to the central pillar with force fields in selected areas. Doubtless, they wish to prevent interference in their captain.
Oh, Tilly. Second most annoying member of the Star Trek Discovery team. I have a date with you to shoot you. Kill you would be nice, but I'm sure you should game on that.
Oh, you're good! Seriously! I sent my best to deal with you. My best! And here you are, alive and kicking. Well, bravo!
It is illogical for you to continue, Captain. Whatever you are doing to Pavo needs to end.
Ah, the famous Vulcan logic. Get it straight. Pavo and I, we're just getting started. Oh, and that part about sending my best at you? I lied.
Enemy targets on sensor. Enemy combatants in close proximity. Enemy targets on sensor. Enemy targets on sensor. Shield losing power. Enemy combatants in close proximity. Flanking damage detected. Flanking damage detected. Shield losing power. Flanking damage detected.
Damn it, I kept pressing the wrong buttons.
Why don't I give you a little taste of my big gun?
Flanking damage detected. Shield losing power.
Disable the controls to the left before she forces Pavo to release a lethal wave of psychic energy.
Time's up. Ready to die?
Flanking damage detected. Personal shield losing power.
Disable the controls to the right before she forces Pavo to release a lethal wave of psychic energy.
Enemy targets on sensors.
Now this will be a real treat. For me.
Flanking damage detected.
Fuck.
Enemy targets on sensors.
Why are they just dying so easily? What is going on here? I don't understand.
Well, this is definitely not how I saw this ending.
Well, I can respect infinitely, not you.
You know it's only a matter of time. Before we beat you, right? You don't have the stomach to stop us. But we're more than capable of ending you. And I intend to make that happen.
That seems unlikely. Your campaign of terror here is over, Captain.
Oh, I'm not done yet, Vulcan.
It's counting down.
Till next time, you assholes.
Fascinating.
Fascinating, you say?
Interesting. She has somehow used Pavo's transmitter as a long-range transporter. I think we have found all we can here. It may be advisable to return to your vessel so that we can deal with the situation in local space. Now that you have secured the research preserve, we must find a way to return the remaining Terrans and their vessel to their proper time and space. We can use the ion storm to send Discovery back. Specially modified probes can amplify the storm in specific locations. This can generate a localized ion effect and open a gateway to the proper point in space and time. Indeed, especially given the Terran predilection for hostility.
Ship is under attack. Four shields failing. Rear shields failing. Right shields Hull integrity below 75%.
pointless. Fine by me. Tilly slinked off to parts unknown and left us to die. I'm the captain now, and I say send us back if you can.
Your display has been updated with the locations to place probes around Discovery. Agreed. The time-displaced Klingons are still out there.
Keep those Klingon ships off us!
Storm intensifying. Soon it will shift Discovery to new ships near
Our shields won't last long. This is tough.
Klingons off our back! Otherwise, this is gonna be a real short trip.
Shields are critical! We're losing them!
Emergency power to shields! Now!
Soma to Discovery. Prepare for transit. Probes are in position. Activating in 3, 2, 1.
Engage.
The ion storm has cleared, and we're receiving standard readings from Pavo. It's broadcasting its song as normal. No aberrations, no distress calls. It would seem things are returning to a calm, peaceful level. Once the research team is able to resume their duties, we will begin to analyze the impact of agonizer technology on the Pavan ecosystem. Considering what we have just witnessed, it will be logical to make sure Tilly and her crew didn't leave any unexpected surprises on the planet as well. For now, I believe we can safely depart the system.
Well, I believe that was the...
It will take some time to evaluate the impact of the Terran occupation of Pavo. The agonizer technology they used to manipulate the planetary biosphere was invasive and damaging. I am concerned about the effect it had upon the Pavan ecology, and how that will affect future attempts at interaction with the planet. The fact that Captain Tilly remains at large is troubling. Her technological prowess and propensity for violence should make her presence in this time quite disruptive. Should she acquire current technology and return to her own time, it is possible that she will rewrite history as we know it, turning our universe into one more like her own, if not worse. In the meantime, we both have our duties to attend to. It has been agreeable working with you. Live long and prosper.
Power transfer rate. That seem to like that. Though Starship Hull restoration seems like something really useful. I'm gonna grab this, and maybe when I understand the game more again, well, if I ever play again, I might want to use it.
Congratulations, Admiral. We have a large number of operations going on in various parts of the galaxy. We're constantly in need of ships and crew to work at these joint efforts. We've learned of a remote system where elements of the old Romulan Star Empire are trying to take over an asteroid mining facility. Nobody wants to see that happen, so there's a joint operation underway to stop them. Sign on to the task force.
Yeah, that's okay. Alright, so we went in, we took a look at what the content was for the Star Trek Discovery inside of Star Trek Online, and I think we got a good look at what it is here. Where did I pick that up at? One of these things got me into. Yeah, here we are. There, darkness on the sides. Discovery started. Alright. So anyway, that was, I believe, what Mirror Discovery updates. See what's new in STO. Two brand new episodes available for all factions. The Captain Kelly, ISS. A new system for level 60 captains and above, which through a series of daily task players can unlock. Battle of the Binary Stars. 9th anniversary. Okay. So we just did the 2 missions that are considered Mirror of Discovery. So that is everything that has to do with STD inside of STO. And to be perfectly honest, wasn't that bad. Because of the video game nature of Star Trek Online, and because Star Trek Online is kind of a very linear theme park based game where you get kind of shoved down a path. Like with the away missions, there's only typically one direction to go, and you need to go to each waypoint and kill the people there, and it's very standard regurgitated game stuff. And I've never said that Star Trek Online was particularly an amazingly great game, but I do think that did I just say Star Trek Discovery? Star Trek Online has never been a particularly great game. Though Star Trek Online has been fairly decent at telling some of its stories and maybe making you feel like you are indeed an admiral in the Star Trek universe. So from that aspect, Star Trek Online for me has been a game that started off as total crap because it didn't meet my expectations, to then going free to play and being a game that I could swallow in a free to play environment because it did deliver some kind of story that seemed, fairly okay within the Star Trek universe. And then here I am coming back to check out what the Star Trek Discovery missions are within Star Trek Online to see if they took the worst that Star Trek Discovery has to offer and put it into Star Trek Online. And I feel that they did a good job of simply avoiding most of Star Trek Discovery and the canon altering crap. They seem to have stuck to a very generalized storyline, basically displaying, Tilly's mirror likeness as the bad guy, and it worked. I don't think it was necessarily badly done. I thought the missions themselves were a bit, well, they suffer from the same thing that this game always suffers from, and that's things being very, very linear and very focused, which is fine because they're attempting to tell a story, although it, in this case, being a rather general and bland story. I don't think these episodes were the best missions I've ever seen in this game. With that being said, I don't think they were horrible missions either. I thought they were okay, acceptable. They were pew pew. And as far as pew pew goes, I've experienced worse pew pew. So my original knee-jerk reaction was ultimately to say, Star Trek Online, what the fuck are you doing hitching your name to Star Trek Discovery? And I'm still saying that. I don't think these missions were a good idea, in that you are bringing Star Trek Discovery willfully into Star Trek Online, and I think that's a horrible, horrible decision that is going to result in immediate negative fan reactions that are going to hurt you very much in the short term. And how they do in the long term, if people can get over the choking on this content now, because it does represent a part of Star Trek that people want and hope just vanishes and disappears. You're not making that part of Star Trek disappear any faster by willfully putting it into Star Trek Online. In fact, you're making it harder to make it go away. It's like a bad dream that we just want to wake up and it's no longer there, and you're giving it more leverage and traction by putting it inside of the Star Trek Online universe, and that's sad. So from that point of view, I think this is a very bad idea. From the implementation side of the house, I think it's been implemented fine. I think the missions are playable, but I think they could have been much better. I think there would have been a far better accepting of it if you made those exact same missions, but maybe put a alternate universe, an alternate universe anything, just another random, maybe a Discovery class vessel that wasn't the Discovery. Maybe it's its long lost sister ship that we didn't know existed in the universe, and put some random Terrans in command of it, and not advertised Star Trek Discovery, Mirror of Discovery on your headlines, but just put the missions in a very low key stature, so that people can just go and see it, and then see firsthand that, oh, okay, I get where this is coming from. But by advertising it the way you have, by putting it on Steam, on the front pages of Steam, Mirror of Discovery, people are actually, when they first see that on Steam, they think it's a new Star Trek game. And so they start investigating it to discover who the hell would have made a new Star Trek game based off of this crap. And then, when they finally figured out that it's Star Trek Online, they sit there and they're like, what? Why would Star Trek Online do this? That's the next reaction. Once you get past the fact that somebody has made a Mirror of Discovery Online game, or well, PC game. And then you come to discover that no, it's not a new game, it's just some expansion missions in Star Trek Online universe. Then you really start to scratch your head and wonder, well, what are you guys in Star Trek Online thinking of doing this in the first place? And so I feel that I have just explored everything there is to see about this. I woke up, I saw it happening on Steam, wondered what the fuck it was about. I re-downloaded the game, I reactivated my account, I'm putting this on YouTube for everyone to see. I've experienced the 2 missions and what they have to offer, and now I'm just saying, why? That's ultimately what has me perplexed, is why would you take Star Trek Online, which people are, at least to an extent, okay with. You know, it's not a negative detraction from the Star Trek universe as a whole, but actually linking it to something that people are not okay with, that is a detraction from the Star Trek universe. It doesn't seem like good business to me. You could have, maybe tiptoed through the tulips a little bit if you wanted to add some content that was like this in a more generalized fashion, and certainly not advertise it as Star Trek Discovery. So yeah, again, just makes me scratch the head and say, what the fuck? I think you're going to actually have some backlash from Star Trek fans, and you're going to see Steam reviews negative here in the short term because of the strong, passionate dislike for what Star Trek Discovery has done to the Star Trek name as a whole, and you willfully connecting yourself to them is mind-boggling, to say the least. But ultimately, that's the message here, and that's what I've discovered for everyone to see, and so at this point I'm going around in circles talking about the same thing. So I hope everyone liked this episode. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, all of that jazz. And until next time, guys, peace.